For the people who watch the programme on a regular basis, Dave Taylor will be a familiar name to you. Well, because of all the recent goings on in the world, I haven't been able to catch up with Dave. However, because things now have relaxed a bit more, got a call from Dave Taylor and he kindly invited me over to his site. That's where I am now. I'm just going to catch up with Dave, see what's been happening. So he's the man in question at last, Dave. It's been almost 2 years, I think, since I was on there, isn't it?
It's got to be 2 years easily. Yeah.
So how's things happening?
You haven't improved one damn bit.
Thank you. Nothing wrong with your eyes.
Well, it's been, as you know, it's been a topsy-turvy time for everybody, for the whole damn country. But allotments again have played the part.
Yep.
The government said the allotment is the best place you can be. You're naturally 30 foot away from everybody, but you're still social, you can still shout to each other. So the word was get down the allotment, and people have.
Yeah.
People who've been furloughed especially have found to use Boone because they've got somewhere to come every day.
And has there been a lot of interest shown on your site here?
Indeed, all over Birmingham. I don't know about the rest of the country, but in the Birmingham connotations, there's been a massive uptake of allotments.
Right.
We've actually got waiting lists now at most sites, which we didn't have
That's
before.
a good sign in here.
Yeah, and people have realised they need something to do, and they've appreciated getting out in the open air, gardening, getting back to nature, getting away from the damn computers and the phones and all this garbage, and getting back to nature, getting your hands dirty, and actually talking to people face to face rather than on a bloody telephone.
So
Not that I've got anything against computers, as you can tell.
What we're doing now, Dave?
Right, now this is Penelope.
Hello, Penelope.
She's very
Nice
famous
to meet
in
you.
Hereford for making homemade wine.
All right.
And for other things too, but mainly for making homemade wine.
Thank you.
And she's taken this plot on because she's down in Birmingham a good deal, and she wants it. She's an artist. That's
Okay.
a professional artist, and she likes everything a little bit arty crafty. So she wants raised beds, but not laid out in geometric
Regimental
lines.
forms.
She wants there's going to be one shaped like a unicorn and one shaped like an heart.
Well,
and all that.
no, not quite.
Well,
You're
you
exaggerating
get
again,
the
aren't you?
idea
Yeah,
of the thing.
yeah.
So
It's
what's
kinda
the
curvy.
plan, Penelope?
Very much so. I wanted this plot because we've got the grapevines,
Yeah.
got an oak tree,
Okay.
which is kind of, for me, it's quite spiritual. And we've got the pear, apple tree, damsons, and I've just brought a fig down. I've brought some more raspberries down. We've got the strawberries going on. So it's really going to be like a chilled space, but with loads of fruit trees. And I'm going to have...
You've obviously done growing before.
Oh yeah, well I've got my garden. I took on a pitch. I live in an old American caravan trailer, which
All
is
right, nice.
which is me and Dave completely gutted, and then it's gonna revamp the whole inside, so it's like a miniature home inside.
Yeah.
So a Victorian bath, carved.
Right.
1950s kitchen,
1950s.
galleys, all 1950s furniture and what have you.
Yeah, it's all
a bit special.
1950s. Industrial lighting I had designed. Kind of rebuilt the whole thing inside from just tore everything out.
So-
And then I've done the whole gardens as well.
Fantastic.
I've literally landscaped and dug up, and
Do you
it's
grow
all direct.
vegetables as well?
Yeah, I grow vegetables and fruit.
Yeah.
And a lot of flowers.
And a lot of flowers down there.
And this plan here is pure, more or less all fruit, is it?
It's more or less all fruit, but
Yeah.
I will have a few little beds of flowers.
Okay, so randomly spotted,
Yes,
dotted around.
it's also
nothing.
it's going to be
It's grow organically.
organic and neat. If
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
organically shaped, but kind of neat and tidy, because I'm a bit neat and tidy and OCD.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sorry, hands
So the
everywhere.
next time I come down, I don't know when that'll be, whether there's another pandemic in between.
I would think so, yeah.
There's
if
probably
there's-
going to be one of those.
It'll
isn't
be
there?
interesting. We'll have a little walk around now with my
Yeah.
camera, and be interesting to have a look next time I come round.
Yeah,
at the
we only
development.
see this chapman as a national disaster.
Really?
It's like Kate
Silly.
Aidy.
Okay.
If he turns up, you know you're in trouble.
Fair enough.
Nice to speak to you anyway, and we'll catch you later on. Thank
nice
you.
to meet you as
Thank
well.
you.
Bye. Okay, so They'll be alright once they've settled in and they come down a bit more often.
Initially, when I first saw this plantation, I thought it was sweet corn, but looking a bit closer, it's maize, and the height, I must say, it's probably about 10 or 12 feet now. Never ever grown this. Anybody on the channel actually grows it, let me know how you process it. Do they grow like normal cobs on sweet corn, and what you do with it once you harvest the cobs? Fantastic. Right, Dave, I've had a quick look around the site, and most of the pots are in very good condition, but must say this one here we've got is exceptional.
Yes, yeah, this is Liam. He grows to show a great deal, although this year's been a bit up and down, but normally he shows all over the country.
I mean, it's stunning.
Strangely enough, he learned his trade from Norman, really.
Oh, right,
you know,
yeah.
Norman, I think, got him interested in them and passed on a lot of knowledge, and Liam's picked up the gauntlet and run with it, and he's doing fabulously well, you know.
I should say.
I mean, some of these dahlias are absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that one there. Isn't that absolutely beautiful?
Yeah, well, both of them nice, and
yeah, he's done, and he wins a lot of things. Not only with flowers, he wins with his pumpkins and all sorts of things.
so does he show me, say?
Yeah, the Malverns
If we're
show
gonna-
the 3 counties, all that, you know.
Well, that's on next week, so
Indeed.
we might be sort of seeing him very, very soon.
I think
so.
he'll probably lug one of his Maras along.
Yeah.
If he can find an Arctic truck to get it on the back of.
Well, I mean, so this is really stunning.
Yeah, they are
stunning
beautiful,
for an
aren't they? They're
Allotment.
quite stunning, quite
And
exceptional.
you know, does he lift this there over during the winter?
These will be taken out, they're tubers, as you know. They'll be taken out and placed upside down in boxes of sand to dry out. You have to do that because you can't let they're hollow in the middle, you can't
Yeah.
let water get in or they'll rot.
Yeah.
And then later, this year, early next year, you'll start taking the cuttings off them.
So all these are from cuttings, are they?
Oh yeah, they're all from cuttings, yeah.
Mhm.
And you'll probably get 4 or 5 cuttings off each tuber. And then he'll pick the best ones for himself and pass others on to other people, because they like to spread them around, you know.
Well, I say this is. I mean, it's really eye-catching. This isn't.
It is indeed.
It's
yeah.
lovely to see this on the.
Isn't that
Allotment,
beautiful?
Yeah.
And after it sounds, they're actually just over their best now.
All right.
They're not. They're just on the wane now. Actually, they're not at the peak.
Surprise, really.
Yeah.
Say it is a really nice colour.
Yeah, but they're quite stunning. I mean, look at that. Absolutely beautiful.
Right, I've managed to catch Dave having 5 minutes break, slacking. I hope not, Dave.
I'm nearly dead on my feet. I've got to get battle hardened again to this lot.
Let's just catch up with you. What's happened on your plot this year? How are you done in general?
In general, very good. I mean, every year's the same. You have successes and failures always. Even when you do exactly the same thing from one year to the next, you still get successes and failures. You just hope you get more successes and failures.
What
And
you
this
grown
year hasn't been bad at all. And what have I done well with? I'm pleased with, inordinately proud of. My onions were good, the shallots and the main crop. Cabbages weren't terribly good, but the collie and the other one, whatever it's called, broccoli, we've done well. Leeks are doing well. Sweet corn was good. Runner beans was good. Potatoes are excellent. Carrots, I've never grown a successful carrot in my life. But you know, the salad stuff, spring onion and stuff, that's all
what you
done
got
well.
left in the ground at the moment?
I've got my winter stew,
Right, all right.
which is de rigueur.
Yeah.
Parsnips, swedes, turnips, leeks, onions. Well, the onions are out drying, but I've got them ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's a winter. A lot of people like to clear the plot in winter. So dig it all over, pristine, looks beautiful. And it does. But I like to be able to come down in the middle of winter and pick a stew.
Yeah.
Parsnips, swedes, turnips, leeks, carrots if you I can't grow them, some people do. Your onions. You go back, you put them in the car, you drive back, the smell is phenomenal. It would make Gandhi feel hungry. By the time you get home, you're starving. And half an hour later, it's in the stew pot cooking. You can go to the supermarket and it's all beautiful. It's all the same shape, the same colour, the same weight, the same everything. Load your car up with it. you will not get a whiff of anything in your car.
Yeah.
It's sterile. It's dead. The stuff I grow, you can smell it from 50 yards away because it's fresh and there's a life force in it.
So you keep your plot going more
Oh
or less
yeah,
12 months
it's
of the year?
productive all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last year, was it no, I keep saying last year, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had that massive disappointment where we was having the fun day and we had that hurricane or the wind come through it.
Yeah.
Is that something you possibly might do in the future?
Yeah,
years?
well, we had our first AGM for 2 years.
Yeah.
Outdoors, but it was successful. We've elected, sadly I was elected as secretary again. Must have been something I did in a previous life, I would imagine. We've got some new committee members, four new women I think altogether as well come on, which is brilliant because they bring a whole new aspect to it. They look at things in a different way to men, and so we get ideas from both sides. And the women especially seem very enthusiastic to have returned to our charity days and open days.
That'll be something I will look forward to eventually.
Yes, indeed. So,
yeah,
there's a lot of enthusiasm. Incidentally, we've just refurbished the ladies' toilet because we have got a lot of women on site now, which years ago you hadn't used to have. And we've also got young families with children, and children need a nice clean toilet.
Yeah, of course.
So that's all refurbished. It's a bit like a Tarts boudoir, there's flowers and hand lotions and smelly things and what have you. And the women have got what you call a lock on them, a combination lock, which only they know the number to.
Yeah.
So it keeps the men out, and they're determined to keep it clean and tidy, as it rightly so, as it should be. You know, these are some of the benefits women bring to a site because years ago they were shunned from sites. I can recall even 30 odd years ago, a chap gave his plot, not on this site, on another side. He gave his, he died. That was it. He croaked, and his wife said, "Well, I'll take it on." And they had a committee meeting and decided it was unthinkable for a woman to have a plot in her own name. That's how it's changed dramatically. Yeah.
And going back to your past activities, where you've been leading developments on allotment sites, regenerating, what's happening on the other site you're involved with now?
Well, the Sheldon.
Yeah.
Which you filmed some time ago. I mean, that is beautiful. That is up and running.
Yeah.
Very ably run by Andrew. It's a beautiful little site now, and we altered it. It was 17 plots, and we reconfigured it. I think we've now got 22 plots on there.
And everyone.
They're all let and all been worked. Yeah, it's a very nice little site now. Very nice indeed. Haul eyes, I must be honest, I'm a bit ashamed of because I was going full steam ahead to get it in, bring it into operation. And sadly, as you know, I had some domestic things I had to attend to, and that took up my time, and I've had to let it go a little bit. But the domestic situation is now resolved. Penelope's feeling a lot better.
So we're back on track now?
Oh, we're on track now. I've got all the autumn and winter crash into it. I've got to go and see 2 people tomorrow who are taking plots on, and I've let 4. So we've now got some 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got about 10 plots let.
Right.
Been nicely worked.
Yeah.
But I've now got to enlarge that.
Yeah.
And get the rest of them let.
So
which I would have had that done by now if circumstances had been different.
So it would be like a little working party.
Oh yeah.
Great. And
yeah. Well, you just do whatever you got to do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So you've had your 5 minutes break, Dave. Time to get back to work.
I've got used to it now. I think I'll sit down for another 10 minutes.
Crack on, you want it. See you later. So I've seen some marvellous flowers on this allotment. So lovely to see some colour. There's also some livestock on. A bit unusual to what I usually see on the allotment. And there we have, we've got some lovely little rabbits. It's a nice big one here, is he? Go on in, where is he? Over the top, there he is. Look at him, he's a beauty. And he's got a little mate inside somewhere. I spotted him. Oh, he's on the bottom where he is, he's having a drink. There he goes. Hello. So it's a nice site. Some lovely kale. here. Don't know if you'll see it with the sun. Also got some chucks here, the chickens, and they're very inquisitive, the chickens. I'm going to pop round this side, have a look, see what we've got. There's this little skeleton, or the scarecrow, sorry. Here's the chickens. Hello there, ladies. There's one. This is a lovely setup, say, with his rabbit and his chickens. Amazing to see how this site has been transformed to what I knew it was at, and people have definitely made the effort, all for the better. Well, Dave, thank you very much for entertaining us today, and I'm sorry for disrupting you.
Not at all, Nigel. Always a pleasure to see you and Dave.
It's been a lovely day here. Hopefully, when we come next time, maybe have a look at the other side, so you've got your fingers in the pies.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be well ready to go round and have a look at them, Nigel. I appreciate you coming round and saying the talk.
Lovely to see you, Dave.
But no, it does. It helps to promote allotments.
Yeah.
We've noticed an upturn after the last episode.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was down to what you've done.
No.
And we appreciate it.
Dave, you've got an underlying character which people like on YouTube.
It's donations can be made. No, it is helpful what you do here, because it shows people perhaps who are thinking of having an allotment or aren't quite sure. They think, I can do that, you know.
More so than ever now.
Yeah.
So right then, I don't know when it'll be, Dave, but next time we'll have a look around your other sites.
Well, I'd love to. Next time, I'll be very happy to show you the other sites and the improvements we've made.
In the meantime, thank you very much.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Well, that was a nice little catch-up eventually with Dave. Although I think I did interrupt him. He was busy helping his niece out to sort their new plot. Never mind, he still found time to take us around and show us what was happening. I hope to return quite soon, really, now that the lockdown has eased off a bit, because there is another site he's got there. He mentioned the Sheldon site. That is really a showpiece site. And there's also another plot I've been to, but I haven't actually filmed. He's got another one under his wing and all, but I'll show you that as well. So until next time, many thanks for watching. See you later. Bye for now.